Ever feel like you're dating the same person over and over, just with a different face? You know, the one who ends up being a total disaster? It's not bad luck, and it definitely doesn't mean you're broken. The truth is, your brain might be running an old program from your childhood that's sabotaging your love life. It's a powerful psychological drive to repeat what's familiar, even when it's painful. A concept often called repetition compulsion. In this video, we're going to dig into why your brain does this, and I'll walk you through how to start rewriting that code for good. The allure of the familiar. So why do you feel that intense spark with people who turn out to be emotionally distant, super critical, or just completely wrong for you? It's simple. Your brain isn't wired to seek out what's healthy. It's wired to seek out what's familiar. Our first experiences with caregivers create a blueprint for what love feels like. If the love you got as a kid was inconsistent, conditional, or something you had to earn, your brain flags those same chaotic dynamics in adults as home. Someone who grew up feeling ignored might unconsciously chase partners who are unavailable because that feeling is familiar, even if it's lonely. It is like your subconscious is trying to finally win the love you never got or fix what happened back then. But you're not actually creating a new future. You're just casting a new actor in the same old play, crossing your fingers for a different ending. This isn't your fault. It's a deep-seated protective pattern that keeps you reaching for what you already know. This all boils down to something called attachment theory. From your earliest moments, you started developing an attachment style that now pretty much runs the show in your romantic life. If your parents were a steady source of warmth and support, you likely have a secure attachment, letting you trust people and handle intimacy without panicking. But for a lot of us, that's not how it went down. If your caregivers were unpredictable, you might have an anxious attachment style, leaving you constantly worried your partner is about to leave and always needing reassurance. You might even be drawn to inconsistent partners because those emotional highs and lows feel like the love you're used to fighting for. On the flip side, if your caregivers were distant or rejecting, you could have an avoidant attachment style. Vulnerability feels terrifying, so you keep partners at a distance. You might pick people who won't ask for real intimacy, because that level of closeness just feels like a threat. Neither style is bad, but seeing your pattern is the first step toward understanding who you choose and why. If you're having a few aha moments right now, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We dive into topics just like this every week to help you build relationships that actually feel good. The echo of unresolved trauma. Childhood trauma, and that can mean anything from neglect and harsh criticism to just watching your parents fight all the time, leaves a huge mark on our adult relationships. It can install these core beliefs that you're unlovable or that everyone will eventually leave you. As a result, you might unconsciously repeat harmful patterns, almost like you're trying to reenact the past. This isn't something you decide to do. It's an unconscious pull toward a familiar feeling, even if that feeling is pain. Someone who was neglected might seek out partners who ignore them, while someone who was criticized constantly might end up with a partner who picks them apart. It's your mind's strange way of trying to finally gain control over a situation that once made you feel powerless. The problem is, you're not mastering the past. You're just letting it wound you all over again. How to rewrite your program. Here's the most important part. These patterns are not a life sentence. You absolutely have the power to break this cycle, and it starts with turning your focus back to yourself. First, awareness. You're already doing it by watching this. Seriously, just recognizing and naming your pattern is the biggest step. Start journaling about your past relationships. What's the common thread? What feelings always came up? How does that connect to your childhood? Second, healing. Getting a handle on your attachment style and past wounds is crucial. For many, this is way easier with a therapist who can offer a safe place to process that old pain and challenge the belief that you do not deserve better. They can help you learn to give yourself the validation you've been trying to get from people who were never going to give it to you. Third, conscious action. Once you see the pattern, you can start making different choices. This will probably feel weird, even uncomfortable. A secure, available person might feel boring at first because your nervous system is used to chaos. Your job is to sit with that discomfort. Give kindness and stability a chance to become your new familiar. The reason you picked the wrong partners has almost nothing to do with them and everything to do with the unhealed parts of you. It's a story about familiarity and unresolved pain from your past showing up in your present. But understanding this isn't about blaming your childhood. It's about reclaiming your future. The secret to finding the right partner is to first become the right partner for yourself. Whole, healed, and aware. When you get there, you stop being drawn to people who reflect your wounds and start attracting people who reflect your worth. What's one pattern you've started to notice in your own life? Share it in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to read today.